Dirty Bird Nation, what's going on? It's your boy Intergalactic Brew. Uh, you know, I thought to myself, you know what? I might as well do one more video about this whole Falcons Saints situation. And I'm just gonna touch on a few things, and then that's gonna be it for me. But you know, now that I've got over my emotional state and devastating state of mind, and I'm a little bit more calm, cool, and collected, I could you know, tell y'all the bright side of this whole situation, because there is a bright side to everything. I mean, it may not be as big, but with every dark side, I truly believe there is a bright side too. But the bright side about this whole thing is that we possibly could get another opportunity to beat the Saints in New Orleans once again. As I'm sure everybody on here on YouTube that's a Falcons fan has been saying. Basically what I'm talking about is the playoffs. Now, we beat Tampa Bay Sunday, which I believe we are, and which I know we are. We beat Tampa Bay on Sunday, on Sunday. We will get the number 5 seed. Now, obviously, the Saints have already captured the number 2 seed. So, basically, what that means is we would have to go to New Orleans and play them in the first round, which is cool. If we can do that, that'll be a blessing in disguise. That'll probably be the best holiday gift we could ever receive, is having a quick turnaround and having another opportunity just like that to go back to the Superdome and finally beat these guys for this year. And I truly believe if that happens, I truly hope that Atlanta goes in there and really makes it a relentless priority to beat these guys. Now, of course, this hurts because we've got swept again by the Saints. The year before last, we got swept. This past year, we split. But this year, we got swept again. So that's 2 consecutive years that we've gotten swept by New Orleans. Now, this will be a first time in a long time if this situation does come together like I'm hoping it will. We've never played New Orleans in the playoffs in a long time. I think the last time we played them was probably, I don't know, somewhere back in the 90s or 80s or something like that. But yeah, we haven't played New Orleans like ever since both organizations have been rebuilt. Ever since Drew Brees and Matt Ryan have been the respective quarterbacks for the respective teams. So, if this situation works out the way I'm praying it will, then we'll get a chance to go into New Orleans just like that once again and have a chance to beat these guys. But like I was saying last night, man, the O-line the O line has got to start developing an attitude. They got to start developing, or start to develop, I should say, some aggressiveness. They got to start imposing their will on these D lines and just stop getting beat so easily. Especially in big games against good teams with good defensive lines. They got to stop that. Last year, and I don't mean to keep harping on this, but last year around this time, our offensive line was playing marvelous. They were just like one brick wall last year. Nobody could get around to Matt Ryan. Nobody. That's because we had the attitude. We imposed our will. We were aggressive, extremely aggressive. We were ruthless. Just because, they're not making touchdowns or tackling anybody like that, that still doesn't mean they shouldn't make an effort to prevent any defenders or pass rushers from getting Matt Ryan. You have to be aggressive with that. When you're blocking, when you're blocking that defensive lineman or that pass rusher, you've got to let him know that you're there. Because if you don't, he'll run right over you, which is what happened last night. Our O-line has got to get back to that ruthless attitude and that aggression. And they got to get back to imposing their wills on these D-lines. Got to. Because last night, man, those guys looked soft and dumb. I mean, just penalty after penalty and after penalty. And I don't like to admit this either, but I will because it's the truth. But it just seems like every time we play in a big game against an elite level team, I expect us to get penalties. I expect our offensive line or somebody on our offense to get penalties. And as painful as that is to say, it's the truth. Because it never fails. I mean, it'll be some instances where, we'll do a good enough job not to get penalized. But for the most part, about 101% of the time, we do. And you know what? I'm just so used to it happening that I don't even get upset anymore. Like whenever there's a flag or something, and when the referee comes out on the field, I was just like, yeah, I know it's somebody on the offense that I messed up again. I mean, and I don't even like to admit that, but it's the truth. The offensive line has got to stop acting like a bunch of bumbling fools and actually develop that ruthless attitude that we had last year and impose their will on these D linemen and these pass rushers and protect Matt Ryan and give him time to get rid of the ball. Seriously. I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. It's like these guys are not trying. It's like they're thick between the ears or something. I don't know. I do not know, man. But whatever is going on with y'all, man. Y'all need to patch that shit up and get it together. Seriously. Cause I mean y'all just look totally y'all just look well, y'all don't even look confused. Y'all just look scared. Y'all just gave up. I mean, I don't know if it was the crowd or whatever. But I mean, y'all let something get to y'all last night. And I'm talking to the O-line. Y'all let something get to y'all last night. And y'all have been playing so well for these past few weeks. Several weeks, to be exact. We've been playing well, protecting Matt Ryan well. Matt Ryan had been, getting a lot of time in the pocket. And that's why we were able to win all those games that we won. Because we had good protection. Most importantly, pass protection. Well, of course, it's pass protection anyway. I meant to say blitz pickups. We're picking up blitzes and pass protecting well. But last night, it's just sabotaged. And the receivers, man. My problem with these guys is that how do y'all get so sidetracked? That's my only thing. Y'all do great like the first quarter, even the first half. Y'all just catching the ball, lights out, and then all of a sudden, somewhere in the third quarter, it's like y'all just start dropping it. How do y'all get sidetracked? Are y'all weak-minded? I know y'all are not. What's going on? Seriously, I just don't understand how y'all can do so well in the beginning and then just in the middle of it, close to the end of it, y'all just slip up. I don't know what it is, man. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. The Falcons don't need any more weeks off. We don't need any more off weeks. We just need to start cutting it down to days, maybe like 2 or 3 days. That's it. But a week, no. Because apparently the Falcons don't do well when they have a lot of time off. And that's been proven. With the playoffs last year, with the first round bye we got, and with this year. With that that extra week we had off. If we win a game and we have an opportunity to have an extra week off, no, Mike Smith needs to cut that junk down to 3 days. Or maybe even 2, not even 3, 2 days. And that following week, we need to come back to practice and continue to work on what we need to work on. That's what we need to do. We can't afford to have any extra weeks off. None whatsoever. We need to stay as active and we need to practice as much as we can. That's just how I see it, man. Because apparently we get lazy, we get complacent, we get relaxed, and we get content. Especially if the next game is a big game. So, I'm just saying. But as far as the defense goes, that was real uncharacteristic last night. Giving up those big runs. Pierre Thomas and Chris Ivory, they were just basically lining us up and knocking us down. We were literally like some grass yesterday, and those guys were the lawnmower, and they just kept mowing through us. Especially Darren Sproles. That was one of the main objectives, was to shut him down. Couldn't even do that for most of the game. And then on special teams, boy, I tell you, man, one of these days, I'm telling you, man, we better be real careful on special teams, because one of these days somebody gonna mess around and smoke us for a punt return or a kick return. I'm gonna tell you, man, y'all boys better be real careful. And you know what? I used to diss Chris Owens a lot. I used to be really, really hard on him. But you know what? I can't even say nothing about that man because 2 times in a row now, that man has saved us from sheer embarrassment. 2 times now. Remember the first time when Percy Harvin broke loose and damn near killed us with that kickoff return. And now the same thing with Darren Sproles. So I don't want to hear nobody saying nothing about Chris Owens. I got a lot of respect for that guy because he saved us once again from getting smoked by Darren Sproles. So yeah, y'all better be real careful, special teams. Y'all better be real careful. That's all I gotta say. Um, as far as the secondary goes, I mean, it ain't really too much to say. I mean, basically, if you get rid of Deku and Robinson, then that'll pretty much fix that because we have other guys in the secondary, that can make plays. Like Dominic Franks, I'm really impressed with him. William Moore stepped up last night, but William Moore's been stepping up all this time. He really has. And we need to get, Kelvin Hayden back. We really need to get this guy back. I don't know if we'll get him back in time for the playoffs, but hopefully we will. And James Sanders needs to be in the lineup more. I think that should be the secondary right there, and just put Deku and Robinson on the bench because apparently, Robinson is not living up to his standards of being paid all that money. I don't know why we gave him all that damn money anyway. And Deku, I mean, he's just basically lost in the shuffle. He had one good year, and that was 2009. But since then, null and void. For real. I mean, they're constantly giving up big plays. They're constantly acting like they're scared to tackle receivers in the open field. I mean, giving up touchdowns. I mean, it's just frustrating and it's a headache. And I'm just tired of dealing with it. So something needs to happen with those two. Some adjustments need to be made, like Mike Smith said. Some serious adjustments. And they need to happen with the quickness. Because apparently the path that we're going, it's seriously, it's going to be an uphill climb from here. Seriously. So yeah. But like I said, man, we still might have a chance to make it right against these Saints again. Like I said, hopefully we can just come back home, look at the film, and hopefully, we can develop, some serious aggression and some serious will and desire to really come out here and put a hurting on this team. Tampa Bay, I'm talking about. So, yeah, but we'll see. But I'm believing that Atlanta can do it. They just, gotta find some type of motivation to do it, because that's the only way they will get it done. From here to the playoffs, and on up to the Super Bowl. So I believe they can do it. It's just a matter of how will they. Because, amazing things do happen in the NFL. But anyway, that's it for me. I'm done. Peace.